good morning and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 804. I'm Kristin Omdahl and we're here live in Southwest Florida at the beach. This is the beautiful Gulf of Mexico behind me. If you are joining me live, please say hello and let me know if you're crafting this morning. Let me know if you have any questions for me. We are surrounded by some really gorgeous trees this morning. I'm very excited to show you where I'm at. I am closer to the end of the beach and I will definitely show you around a little bit. Hi Joe, good morning Grace. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. Hi Angela, Thea, Judy, Lily, Melissa, good morning. How gorgeous are these trees behind me, right? Aren't they so pretty? Hi Nanette and Lily and Kim. Hi Joe and Jill. Hi Lisa. I am working on my Delta Stitch Pullover in Miso Fine Gold Bling yarn in color Chocolate Truffles. It is so pretty. Let me finish this stitch real quick and then I'll pick it up and show you. I'm in the middle of a 3-petal Delta stitch, so it'd be a shame if I set it down and missed the whole stitch. So let me just finish it. I'm more than halfway through now. Got 2 of the petals partially completed. On to the 3rd. There we go. Alright, so now I'll elongate my stitch so I don't lose that beautiful stitch I just made. And then I can show you my progress. I've got a couple more rounds done yesterday, I believe. I also worked a little bit more on that tank top that I showed you yesterday. I got the second cup done and they're attached. So I kind of wasn't sure where I wanted to go with it just yet, so I back-burnered it to work on this a little bit more. Can you see the gold painted silver thread in there? It's so pretty, right? There's that nice little shimmer. You can see it in the sunlight too. Thank you, everybody. It is pretty. I'm very excited to have that finished and be able to wear it. Oh, I've got something else to show you too. Oh, I brought the wrong one. Anyway, I brought the Priscilla circle vest with me. I meant to bring the Gracie knit lace shawl because I wanted to let you know that that pattern was released yesterday. That one's in the Be So Fine Gradient Kit in color, what color did we do that in? Denim blue. And I forgot to bring it with me this morning. I thought this was it. Anyway, this is the other pattern done in a Be So Fine Gradient Kit. This is the Priscilla circle vest. Also very pretty and also uses the gradient kit. Anyway, hi Sharon and Joyce, good morning. Really excited to show you these. Yes, always lots of projects to choose from. You know, not everybody wants to make the same things. That's why I think it's important to offer a variety of projects at any given time, because for every person that wants to make a circle vest, there's someone else that wants to make a garment, and there's someone else that wants to make a bag or a shawl, right? Not everybody wants to make the same things all at the same time. So I do like to offer a variety. And now we have a new knit pattern as well as a new crochet pattern. So hopefully that'll keep more people happy for a little while. Not just happy, but busy too. I'm looking directly at the sun. So we're gonna turn this a little bit. Well, Jill, if you're signed up for my mailing list, that's the best way to know what's new, or you can search patterns on my website by, there's different ways to search things. So if you go to crochet patterns and knit patterns on my website, you can, the default sorting is alphabetical, but you can also sort or filter by most recent, it's called latest, and if you click that, it'll show you the most recently uploaded patterns, and that's a good way to see it. Or if you're on my mailing list and you read the emails, I send out emails when I have new patterns, just to keep it nice and convenient so that you can get, you know, all the links in one place. Do try to update the links in the video descriptions here as well, but the best way is to sign up for a mailing list, and or if you want to see what the most recent is, you can always search patterns by latest at that on my website as well. And it doesn't really matter if something's new, it matters if it's new to you, and I have hundreds and hundreds of patterns to choose from, so at any given time something can be new to you as well. I am wearing the Fernanda top today. It is St. Patrick's Day, so for anybody celebrating, happy St. Patrick's Day. My grandpa's birthday was always on St. Patrick's Day, so even though we aren't Irish, we always celebrated it because of his birthday, so happy birthday in heaven, Grandpa. Grandpa Donald. Hi Val, good morning. And so I'm wearing green today because that's what I was raised to do. You just wear green today. So anyway, I'm wearing the Fernanda top, which this is a fun pattern too. It's worked sideways. You work from side to side, and the pattern includes instructions to make the top as well as make a poncho. So not only does the pattern come sized in lots of sizes, but it also is a twofer. You get a garment, a sized garment, and a sized poncho pattern all in one for $1.99. You can find the Fernanda top pattern on my website. There is a video tutorial here as well, and it's probably embedded on the pattern page. And this one is made in Miso Sporty yarn. If you are new to making garments, there are a couple features about this pattern that I think that you might really enjoy. First of all, even though it's a sized garment, there is no shaping within the pattern. It is literally two rectangles that are put together. So the front is a rectangle and the back is the same exact rectangle. I chose to lace up the sides for just a design feature, but you could absolutely sew up the sides if you wanted to as well. Now, remember how we talked about row gauge versus stitch gauge the other day, and how one always takes priority over the other when you're working on a garment depending on the construction of the garment? So when you're doing something that's a top-down increasing, your stitch gauge is more important than your row gauge because it's important to get your size for your circumference. And then because you're working top down, even if your row gauge isn't completely accurate, you can easily modify by working more or less rows or rounds to get the correct length that you're looking for. Now, that is the opposite when you're working something in this construction. This construction is work side to side. So you start with stitches going this way. So you're working rows back and forth this way. You're working back and forth in rows and going this way. So to create the length, your length is determined by your stitch gauge, and your width is determined by your row gauge. So what does that mean? So if you're trying to get, if it's important to get the bust measurement, that's based on your row gauge, but still, if your gauge is off, you could work more or less rows to get that bust measurement. And so it is the stitch gauge that's giving you your length and your row gauge that's giving you your width, which is the exact opposite of what gauge does when you're working something top down. Does that make sense? Because if not, we can try to word it with different words or describe it in a different way, because I know this can get a little bit complicated. I got sand and shells all over my towel. I took my thumbnail photo for the podcast this morning on the sand. I sat in the sand, not on my towel, so that the towel wasn't distracting in the photo. And so it's pretty shelly here. It's a little more shelly than sandy. And so it all stuck to my legs when I came back to the towel. So now I have seashells stuck to my legs and all over the towel. So anywhere they weren't stuck to my legs, they're now sticking to my legs in the other spots too, because I'm sitting in it. Oh well, that's life. Who wants to see these trees? So you can see there's one gorgeous tree behind me, but I'm surrounded by these trees right here. This feels like a magical spot to me. I am just so energized by this park. Yeah, I could, but I got stuff. I will definitely shake out the towel before I take it back to the car, definitely. Okay, so here is to the north of me. So if we were to walk further in that direction, we'd end up getting to an inlet. But I don't believe you can walk all the way on sand. I believe you have to walk in the water too. So not practical this morning, but we can get up and I can show you how far we can see. But it's so beautiful, right? And then here's a little bit of a boardwalk, and the parking lot is on the other side of that boardwalk. And I got to tell you, even the boardwalk is gorgeous. It's framed by trees. It's like the mangroves and the sea grapes and the palm trees and stuff. And then there's the beach to the south of us. So if you walked all the way that way, you would get to the beginning of Wiggins Pass State Park. Then you would get, and if you kept going and walking down the beach, you would get all the way to Vanderbilt Beach. And obviously if you kept walking, you would go all the way through several parks in Naples, and you could actually walk all the way to Marco, I guess. But anyway, so pretty, right? And there's people here, but it doesn't feel crowded. It's magical and stunning here. And I've pointed out those trees too. I don't know what those are up there, but those giant trees have like feathery leaves on them. They're almost like a cross between a tree and a pine tree. I don't know the difference in the names, but you know, like a tree with leaves and a pine tree. I don't know what I forget what those different scientific differences are, but it's so huge. Those trees are well over 100 feet tall. I don't know. This is just amazing. Does anybody ever remember reading a book called Celeste Prophecy? I read Coniferous and Deciduous. Yes, I knew the names. I just couldn't think of them. So it looks like a cross between the two. And one day we'll walk up to the tree closer and maybe we'll try to figure it out. If anybody knows, let me know. But I will try to get to the bottom. I could ask the rangers here in the park too. They probably know. And they're super nice too. They say good morning every day when I get here, and they wave if they're going by on their little vehicles. It's so nice. What was I going to say though? Oh, the book, Celeste Prophecy. So I read that book in the 90s, and I don't know, I just had a newfound love of the energy of trees after reading that book. And trees have just always been so special to me ever since. And this park, I feel like the energy here is just incredible. Yes, Sherry, that's what we talked about that a minute ago. Someone else mentioned it too. That is correct. Like even those sea grapes, look at how they have like a canopy over the top. Just so gorgeous. Oh, you guys get it too, right? It's just magical in here. I don't know. I'm so excited to be here. Hi, Migdalia. Hi, G. Good morning. All right. What else was I going to show you? Oh, yeah. The other thing I was going to show you, I forgot to bring. So if you are interested in a knitting pattern, the new Gracie Knit Lace Shawl pattern was launched yesterday, and I sent links in an email. So if you're on my mailing list, you got that email, and I sent links to everything. Oh, the bag pattern was released too. What I call it, the Lisa Marie motif bag. And what else? And the Gladys crochet motif shawl was released. So there's a whole bunch of patterns that have come out recently. And then still coming would be the Miley Delta Stitch pullover that I'm not finished with yet. And what else am I working on? Oh, and that tank top in white. Yes, that I can't decide if it's going to be the top of a dress combined with a skirt, or if it'll be separates where you can mix and match with different skirts. I just can't decide. Probably have to make two. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe make two. Yes, the sound of the waves is amazing. Do I have videos to teach how to knit for beginners? Yes, I do have a stitch video library showing you the beginner stitches and the cast-ons and binds-offs and beginner stitches. And if you go to a page on my website, so at the top, when you go to the home page on my website, there's a bottom at the top called Info, and if you click that drop down, it'll give you a page called How to Knit. And from there, there's a page for how to crochet as well. And on each of those pages, you can learn a lot of the stitches. I show really up-close stitches on the basics there, so you can get started there. And those are both set up as playlists here on my YouTube channel as well. So if you browse through the playlists here on YouTube, you can find a knitting stitch library and a crochet stitch library, which those are great places to start. Thanks, Migdalia. This is the Fernanda pullover and poncho pattern. You can find that on my website as well. So in addition to the ways that I explained to you that you can find things, if you know the name of what you're looking for, the search function is way more powerful on my new website than it was on the old one. So you could just search by Fernanda there too. Karen just finished the top I'm wearing. That's awesome. Wonderful. Was it fun? Did you enjoy making it? And do you enjoy wearing it now? 2 questions. I think it is both a fun pattern to make, it is a quick pattern to make, and I definitely love wearing mine. Does anybody have any other questions? Ooh, my keys are sitting out. I should put them in my bag. Karen says yes to both. Wonderful. I would like to take some pictures like standing in those trees. Wouldn't that be fun? I thought about even like draping a shawl on the trees and letting a shawl just drape there might be a fun photo. I see photo shoots everywhere I look here. There's a bench over there inside the trees that it looks like it hasn't been dug out from a few storms. So like the legs are completely buried in the sand, and the bench is like seriously just sitting right above where you sit is just right above the sand, and I thought that might be a fun spot to sit too. Yeah, shawls would be pretty in the tree. I will try it and see what happens. Gotta try it. You never know until you try. And how beautiful are these waves, oh my goodness. All right, let's get up and see how far I can show you some things. Let's see, we'll turn the camera around. So we are really close to the edge of the water here this morning. All right, so if you look up there, see that other beach quite a ways off? That's the other end of the inlet. So we are actually getting pretty close to the inlet. Can you see that the water goes to the right? That's because we are very close to the inlet. I wonder if I could walk. Now, I'm not going to be able to walk there from here. We'll have to go from a different way another day. But anyway, we'll try to get up to the inlet one day too. I'm just amazed that we have cell coverage all the way over here. Oh, there's another something I want to show you up here. Something that tourists do when they come here, which I think is absolutely adorable, is they decorate these trees with seashells, and it ends up looking like they're beaded, or even like Christmas trees with ornaments on it. Yeah, it probably is high tide. And here's one of them up here. There's more of them around the corner on the inlet too. But can you see the seashells in that tree? Where, you know how you find seashells sometimes with holes in them? People end up decorating the trees with the seashells. I think that is so adorable. I've seen this at several beaches actually. And I've seen them actually. Oh, the water's turning bluer. Isn't that pretty? As the sun comes up and comes over the trees and lights up the water, it gets brighter. Look at this. Oh my goodness. And here's where I've been sitting. Oh, and look at, there's some moss on these branches down there too. Look at that watercolor. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. But do you see that moss? Look at how bright green. Is that moss? What is it? No, it's not moss. Algae of some kind? Seaweed? I don't know what it is now. Look at that color though. Oh, look at, people have decorated the roots of this tree with seashells as well. And here's my little spot. Right in the middle. In the middle of all this tree action. I know I sound like a weirdo, I don't care. I know, it's a pretty color, it kind of matches my top. And I don't know what it is. That's another question for the Rangers. It really is. It really is an awesome beach. And look at, I've been to, how many spots have we been to now? 4 or 5? We've been to 4 or 5 different spots, and they've all been actually different, but beautiful. I suppose you might have favorites. I'm not sure if I have a favorite yet. Yeah, it is a pretty green. Look at the sky colors too, and that gradient from the deeper blue up here to the lighter blue. Oh my goodness. Hi Iris, good morning. And then the darker blues in the water. Oh, that's great, Kat. Thanks, Iris. I'm wearing the Fernanda crochet pattern top, and when you download this pattern, you'll find that the pullover version comes in lots of sizes, and there is also a second set of instructions for a sized poncho too, so you could make it much wider and wear it as an open poncho, or even wear it as a belted poncho as well. So lots of different options with this pattern, and it comes with detailed charts as well as written instructions for all those sizes. Karen is in Niagara Falls, Canada. Welcome. I am in Southwest Florida. This is Naples, Florida. And this is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. Morning. I'm glad you feel like this is a little bit of a break of lockdown. That's wonderful. I think it's between the colors and the sounds. I think that's what makes it feel more real, right? Oh, Debbie, I'm so glad. Yeah, I am so inspired by the colors of nature. And you know what? It doesn't matter where you live. I find I get inspired by nature anywhere that I'm at. You can find beauty in natural colors in the winter months, you know, in different climates, in the winter, fall, spring, summer, and anywhere in the world. No matter where you live, you can be inspired by nature. It is definitely getting busier here. Lots more people. You should see the line to get in this park when I'm leaving in the morning. The park opens at 8. I get here about 8:30 to try to set up for the podcast, go live from 9 to 9:30. When I get in my car and I leave here, there is no less than 30 or 40 cars in line to go through the booth to come in. Like when I'm leaving, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm leaving. Because I don't like crowds. I didn't like crowds before COVID, and I sure as heck don't like them during COVID either. So it's starting to pile up in here. Anyway, it's, you know, it's season here. It's the weeks prior to Easter, so I know that we are in the height of season here right now. This is as busy as it gets in this area, so it means it's time to go home. Besides, you know, I don't like midday at the beach anyway. I love early morning and eve. I like sunrise and sunset at the beach. The sun's milder, the light is more beautiful. Yep, there's spring break as well, although most people in this area are not college or high school age. Most people here are retired age, but nevertheless, it is definitely very, very busy here right now. Traffic to go anywhere has doubled, so somewhere that takes 20 minutes normally to get somewhere is closer to 40 or 50 minutes. So everything is just crazy in this area right now, which is why I stay home with my kitties. All right, so I thought I'd read a quote from one of the Create, Share, Inspire notebooks again today. You can find these on my website or on Amazon. They are really wonderful creative writing journals that each page that you can write on is also shared with a beautiful inspirational quote from history. Okay, and I believe we made it through 3 pages before, so maybe this is a Cherokee proverb. Don't let yesterday use up too much of today. Oh, isn't that lovely? Yes. Let it go, let it go, let it go. I think it's important that we remember history I think it's important that we remember our past and our history so that we don't repeat it, but I do believe it's important to learn from it and let it go. Yes, so this is a wonderful Cherokee proverb. Don't let yesterday use up too much of today. And I know this is a side tangent, but I always think it's important to give a reminder of it, just because when it comes to me, it's important to me, and we're more alike than we are different, so someone else probably needs it today as well. Other people's opinions of me are none of my business, right? Another reason to let it go. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise. I hope you enjoyed the beach, the sound of the waves, the absolutely incredible scenery by Mother Nature here at this park. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.